Hi guys, welcome back, and girls, and everyone that watches my channel. Hi everyone, here's my problem. I'm just about to have a little bit of a rant about this. I'm sorry about my rant about, but got this hooked up. It's virtually the same as pin 1. So, and there's my multimeter up the top here. So I'll bring you in. And just pop it there. I've just cleaned the connectors because I used to do connector care. It's still reading 3.32 to that pin, and that belongs to this buzz bar here, and that's reading 3.32. Okay, so it has a fault where it's not picking up pin 1, and the Hankzor store will not cover, or expects me to return this, the whole lot, and wait until it gets fixed in China. It's a bit of a joke really, at $333, and not to count how much it would cost me to send this to China, which would be astronomical. They know they can get away with this, and that is not acceptable. This is not about electronics at the moment. Well, it is and it isn't. I just contacted the Hankzor shop on Aliexpress. Now, I have had my BMS for about 2 to 3 months. Now, Aliexpress will not help you to get your money back or sort things out. The Hankzor shop turned around to me and said, well, there's nothing wrong with our BMS, and it's all your problem. And if you want to send it back to us, it's going to cost you money to send it to China and get it repaired if there's anything wrong with it, which there is something wrong with it. If you look back through my electronic stuff, you'll notice that I was a communication technician for the military for almost 30 odd years, and after that I worked for a company called TNC Electronics in Central Victoria, and we repaired, I think, about 130 different brands of the top range electronics across across the world pretty much. LG, Sony, just to name a few, Samsung. Had to use the portal at Samsung all the time. Now, this company has turned around and said it's got to be my fault, it's got to be my fault, it's got to be my fault. They're playing the broken record. Now, me being honest with you, I have got a problem with the BMS pin 1, so pin 0, or you could call it pin 2. Call it pin 2, and pin 1 is your black lead to start it off with, and then pin 1, and if you go back through my shows, you'll see how I hooked it up. Pin 1 is your first cell battery. Now, the first cell is reading 3.32 volts. I showed them this. I showed them my multimeter hooked up to their pin. I even showed them the pins are straight and perfectly fine, and the connector's fine. I've even checked that. They've asked me to check that, and I've checked that more than once. They said, oh, go and get another lead, it'll fix it. It won't fix it. It has a problem. I noticed that before it had the problem, it was reading 4 volts. Now, it shouldn't be reading 4 volts because there's no 4 volts there. So there's a problem with your BMS's, Hankzor, or Need as well. Need is also their brand. Need and Hankzor and JKBMS. You have a problem with your BMS. Right? You might have it out inspected. That's all good and well. It's not my fault that in 2 months that the thing had a fault in it. And now that I asked for help, your company goes, well, you'll have to send it back to China. Ha 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 ha. We'll eventually have a look at it. And eventually we might send you something back, we might not. It might never get to us in these times. The cost of the item was $333 Australian. That's a lot of money for Australians, just for one item to control your batteries. That is a lot of money, especially if you're on the lower side of getting paid. Like, I don't make a lot of money on YouTube at all, and that's fine. That doesn't worry me. This is about my viewers. This is about you guys out there that are putting out your hard cash on places like Aliexpress who don't want to cover their warranty, do not want to go out and just laugh at everyone across the world and just turn around, probably in the back of the building, and say, well, you know, who cares? We're making money out of all these distributors. We just have to sit back. It's terrible. All our nations should get back to building our own stuff, because hey, if I went to a European company or an Australian company or definitely an American company, I'd have warranty. I'd have warranty. People would bend over backwards for you. It doesn't matter what race they are, who they are, they would bend over backwards to get the thing sorted, because it's your reputation that you're destroying. Your reputation as a company is being destroyed because you do not want to help the customer at the end. 2 months I've had it. I'm not the person down the road that have just put it in. It's been in for 2 months. I'm sorry about the rant, everyone. It really upsets me. And when you start talking to these people and they say, send it back to this address and put down that it's only worth $10 when you return it, well, that's a lie. Do I have to lie about everything? Do the Chinese lie about everything here? No, not here. I've got lots of friends that are Chinese, they don't lie. Then why you need to lie about something? Tell the truth. If you can't tell the truth, don't sell the product. If you're that desperate, well, there's some serious issues going on around our whole entire world. Make it easy for people to return stuff. Have a hub here in Australia or a hub somewhere to return it to. Send out a new one. The item itself, look, when I worked for LG, the boards were costing, and this is a couple of years ago, this is 10 years ago, the boards were costing to make just over $10 or $20. So let's say everything's gone up, it's $50. Can you do a goodwill thing and pass me a new BMS? Because you know you're only building them for $50 and you're charging $300, and that was Australian dollars. So you know, so it's raining outside at the moment. If you're over in Europe or America, sorry about this, but it is. Can you take some of your rain back? Because it just is not stopping here. It just seems to be going all the time. The rain. Yeah, we had no rain for ages. We were in drought for a good 10 years, and now we've got the rain coming out the yin-yang. Anyway, that's it from me. That's my thing. If you want to have a quick look at, I'll put a couple of photos in, showing you the problem, showing you the photos that I've sent to Hangzor, and maybe if you want to leave a comment below. It's really disturbed me that I've got to deal with a company that doesn't want to provide anyone with a warranty. Like, it might be, I know their company is very good and they normally produce some good stuff, and I'm not having a go at them. It was going really good. But after sales service with this mob sucks, and it will be out of business the way it's going if it can't give after sales service. That's me. Catch you on the next one.